start the stream.
Well, so then we can just upload that rather than you downloading it, right?
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at us using our brains.
Yeah, well, we do that occasionally. Not on a regular basis, though.
What's that?
We are live officially.
You're live?
Yeah, we're live.
We are live.
I'm glad you're alive.
I do not plan on unaliving anytime soon.
That's good, buddy.
Yeah, I've got way too many tattoos to get.
And too many jobs to...
Too many jobs, yeah. I mean, if I was unalived, then, like, my jobs are not getting done. Nobody else is doing them for me.
Right. And I'm going live to you now.
All right, let me get this video recording. See, like, we're actually trying to do stuff. We'll get officially started in un momento, por favor.
There's some electronic interference somewhere. I can hear it.
Justin's phone.
Might be.
Justin, can you move your phone over here? Are you willing to do that?
No, it's on the wrong person.
Yeah, I can do that.
That actually made it worse.
That did make it worse.
Are you sure it's mine?
Yeah.
No, but...
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going with Justin's. Yep, definitely.
Yeah. Here.
That's better.
There
we
you
go.
There we go. We have come to a compromise.
There we go.
All right. I'm assuming the one is Alan. Are you watching yet?
I am watching. Oh, and Amber's watching.
Hi, Amber. Thank you for putting on the coloring book session and watching at the same time. Multi-talented lady. So I guess we're ready to get started then.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, it's the Live Sessions at the Underground, episode 5. We've made it this far.
Haven't gotten canceled yet.
Yes, we are on a streak. We are happy about that streak as well. I want to say thank you to our sponsors, Park Hills Underground, KL Media and Entertainment, and our new sponsors, Craig Wood at Shelter Insurance and the Smoke Till Valhalla locations. Craig is a really good dude and knows what he's doing when it comes to insurance. So if you need to get anything, you can check him out. He's based out of Fredericktown. You can find him all over Facebook. And Smoke Till Valhalla, locations in Bismarck, location in Leadington right there by Big Lots. Great little smoke shop there. Do a lot for the community, especially the music community. So thanks to both of you guys. Happy to have you both on as new sponsors. And we get the stickers or the logos. We'll get them put up on and added to the banner. So episode 5. Justin
How was that?
Williams.
So,
Formerly known as JSTN.
Yes.
Justin Michael Williams, officially now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh.
It is Facebook certified, so that's got to be true.
So I'm just actually going with the full name for my professional stuff now. So
I
it's
like
just
it.
Justin Michael Williams.
At least it's not like straight up 3 first names. That's serial killer stuff. You take that ass off of Williams, we got to start asking questions.
Well,
Justin Michael McWilliams.
don't be bringing crap from my show onto your show. This will be a train wreck if it happens.
That was pretty much the research we did. We just stole everything from your show.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, well, man, thank you for being here. You know, you're like one of my best friends, if not the best at this point. Like,
Absolutely.
Wow.
I
Best
know.
buddy.
Sorry, Alan. I know.
We homies, man.
It's been that way for a minute.
That's right.
Yeah, speaking of minutes, you were in a group called Hours to Midnight?
I played my last show as Hours to Midnight the couple weeks ago.
Okay.
At the last Pop Punk AF.
So it's retired.
So, yeah. Me and Todd are kind of working on a new thing. We're going to go under a new name. I may re-release the song with a different twist. I'm not sure. But for right now, it's just staying up as the single. The Daymare single is what I'm referring to.
Okay.
But I think I'm putting that one to rest. So
I get that. Rebrand.
Yeah.
Change it up. I thought really hard about bringing the Spider Bite name and everything along with that back, and decided sometimes it's just to let sleeping dogs lie, right?
Right. Now the guys are trying to convince me to go from Hours to Midnight to Seconds to Climax.
And this has been episode 5 of Live Sessions at the Underground. Thank you all for watching. There will not be an episode 6.
Oh, it's
boy.
not even that bad. Come on.
It happens to a large percentage. So, Justin, like a quick look at your Facebook. You know, you're a dad, a singer, a songwriter, a podcast host, nonprofit, volunteer. You do all kinds of stuff, man. Like,
Yeah.
What all you got going on right now, and how in the hell do you balance it all?
So right now I am working on the music with Todd. I'm doing some solo stuff, trying to, with what little time I have.
Yeah.
Doing the podcast, Pop Punk Pizza Party podcast, of course. I'm working with the barn, which of course those two play hand in hand. I'm still doing other stuff for the barn besides just the podcast when I get the chance. I'm doing stuff with Beyond FM, the internet radio station up in St. Louis, Best of Everything STL. I do, some behind the scenes stuff there. I am now emceeing the Extreme Bar Bingo at Raging Rooster
Yeah, I
on
saw you got
Thursday
that added.
nights. I got my kids every other week. Work a full-time job. How do I do it? I don't know. I really don't. I just keep going. Eventually trying to get into doing voices and stuff. I want to do voice acting for maybe some video games or maybe cartoon animations or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, I've been working on some things.
So you know we're gonna have to ask you to like demonstrate, right?
Demonstrate some stuff. Yeah.
Like
I try.
I mean,
I have to look up like a script or something because that's the hard part for me is like I can formulate a voice, but it's really tough for me to just like off the top of my head think of something to say,
you don't have anything that's just that you know you're good to go with.
Give me a minute.
Okay, we'll circle back.
Yeah, we'll get back to it.
So yeah, very full schedule, definitely. Now, so what time does the bar bingo take off for you on Thursdays?
It's happening at 7:30 on Thursdays, and it'll go till around like 9 o'clock.
Okay.
And it's a fun time. Come on out, and it's free to play, and you win awesome prizes, and maybe even win some cash.
Well, how do you play? I have no idea.
How do you play?
Yeah.
Is it just like regular
You
bingo?
basically
or?
show up, and you got your bingo cards and stuff, and we do the rest, basically.
How do you go through the game? Is it
Regular
kind of bingo? Or?
Yeah, for the most part it is. It's really, I mean, the numbers show up on the screen. I announce them. I make it a little bit of fun. You use your in-house marker. I don't know what they're called. I'm not good with it yet. Yeah, dauber, that's it.
Look at you.
Yeah.
You know more. Maybe you should be doing it. No.
No, I'm good.
Dauber on the numbers, and then you call your bingo. You bring it up to me, and I verify it through the system. And you either depending on what you won, you win a prize for that round.
Oh, and then each round has a specific prize, or do you pick it?
Most of them are just table prizes.
Okay.
But there are, of course, you have like the big wins and stuff like that, or some behind the bar prizes and stuff like that too.
Okay.
It just kind of depends on the round.
Gotcha. Okay. So it's similar to just straight up bingo. There's
Yeah, and then of course like the bigger prizes. Obviously, we're not gonna have like a check for like 10 grand or whatever. So that would basically there'd be a process.
Well, I can't
through that.
choose between the $10,000 check and a toothbrush.
Unfortunately, not.
That's a tough choice, man.
The prizes are actually pretty cool, though. I think there was, of course, there was some T-shirts, for the promotion and stuff. But there was, I think there was like a whole bottle of wine. There was a whole thing of whiskey. I didn't get a glimpse at what kind, but some cool things like that, and then some money prizes and whatnot.
Okay, cool.
Good deal.
Sounds like a good time.
It's great.
Thursday, 7:30, Raging Rooster here in Park Hills.
Yep.
Hosted by Justin Michael Williams.
Yes, sir.
Got all the vowels back.
All the vowels.
I'm not changing it in my phone though.
All the vowels and the full name.
Yeah, like I changed it to JSTN like the week before, You're like, yeah, I'm putting all the vowels back in it. I'm like, not in my phone, you're not.
Yeah, Facebook was screwing me, and I was like, it just makes more sense to just put it on the full thing. And everybody was always making a joke about it anyway. So I was like, yeah, maybe I'll just, if you can't beat them, join them.
Didn't you put, like, in parentheses, though, JSTN on Facebook? I thought I saw that on there.
I put it on as, like, the other names or whatever, just because some people I've met in the past like year and a half since I've been going by that, they only know me strictly by JST. Some people now refuse to even call me anything but JST.
Keith, probably.
No, like just people I've met randomly.
I feel like Keith is just happy he doesn't have to say it that way anymore.
True.
Oh, all the guys are Joy.
Easier to introduce you on the podcast.
He never did whenever he had to.
Unless he was making fun of you, yeah.
Exactly. Really, it was all just a joke for all of them anyway.
Speaking of jokes, I forgot my drink on the table in the other room. I'm hoping Amber is still listening, and I end up with my Kyle drink. It's the Kyleest drink in the world. It's a white monster.
A white monster.
Yeah.
That is a pretty Kyle drink.
Get this man some drywall.
That's right. Give me some drywall. I'm going to show you what Kyle does.
Right.
So we see you got your guitar here.
Yeah.
I know you play it very well. So I got a few questions. Like,
I wouldn't say very well, but I play it.
You play it a lot better than I do.
Fair enough.
So, like, was that the first instrument you learned to play?
Actually, it wasn't. So the first instrument I ever picked up, well, I didn't really pick it up because it's too heavy to pick up, was a piano.
Oh, bad jokes. He is qualified. Do you have sandals with shoes on?
I don't.
Or socks, I mean.
I actually don't like
Killed
sandals.
that joke, right?
I really don't like sandals.
Yeah, I'm a slides-only kind of guy.
Right?
But, I mean, if I got to make a dad statement, I will totally grab some sandals and put socks on.
I'm not ignoring you. I am going to the link to a script page.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, while he does that, let's read some comments because we've got a lot of them.
Oh, we do have comments. Awesome.
Tina Jo Headley goes, yeah. Do the adventure animal hero ? I don't know what that means. Can you
adventure animal hero?
do the adventure animal hero ?
I don't know what that is.
Elaborate, Tina.
I was going to ask for, like, Mickey Mouse or Scrooge McDuck.
Joe says, studio's looking good, Kyle. Tina Jo
Only because I'm in it, but...
Tina Jo says, what up, Joe? Joe says, just popping on while I'm in the shop, LOL. Joe says, how you been, Tina Jo? They're just having a
conversation in the comments. I love that. That's the best.
Smoke Till Valhalla says, the Kyle is live.
Yep.
Amber says, yes, I'm still listening. White monster, huh?
Yeah, could I have that, please? The door's not locked.
It might be. No, it's not.
I left it open just in case.
Keith says, Justin can't even ride a bike.
Who said that?
Keith.
Oh, yeah, true. I can, though, but...
Tina
Tina
Jo says voice. That still doesn't really help.
Like an animal or adventure animal voice. Adventure animal hero voice.
You want me to do an adventure animal hero voice?
Thank you, Amber.
Thank you, Amber.
See, I'm trying to remember. I did one similar before.
The
forest is our home, and they're trying to take it from us. Now is the time to reunite the realms and take it back. Let's go make history! Ah!
See, I need a script.
I was not prepared for that.
Hold up. I'll find it. Okay, here it is.
Got one of the Kyles from the Kingdom of Kyle here. Thank you, buddy, for stopping by.
The forest is our home, and they're trying to take it from us. Now is the time to show them what we're made of. This is a battle that'll define our futures, so let's go make history! Ah!
There's your adventurous animal kingdom voice.
We can hear Amber laughing in the other room.
She's on the other side.
All right. Definitely, you should be looking for work.
Yeah, hire this man for all your voice acting
That's
needs.
right.
You guys want to hear my insane villain? Sort of like a Joker-esque kind of.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I don't need to be stronger. I don't even need to be smarter because while you are bound by the chains and law of morality, I'm unburdened by either. And for that reason alone, I will always win.
Y'all better be clipping this stuff.
Keith goes, Jesus Christ, my speaker's cracked.
Well, screw you guys. I'm going home.
I was waiting for that one.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
Well, screw
man.
you, Kyle.
We don't need. Damn it.
Thank you for shopping at Walmart.
Get your shit and get out.
Have a nice day, you fat bitch.
So, about that instrument.
Anyway, I'm having too much fun.
There's no such thing, man. This is great. Oh, man. Had I smoked before this would have been. I wouldn't be able to continue. But, so, yeah, we were talking about instruments before that happened.
Yes.
And the first one being too large to pick up, the piano.
Yes.
But you were able to pick it up figuratively?
With help, I was able to pick it up and put it in my new house. Yeah, I play it about every day.
All right.
Shout out to Michael Watson and Chris Dunlop. Dunlop, not Dunlip,
It's not Dunlop either.
for helping me move that stuff.
It's done lap.
Whatever.
There's an A in there, bud.
Oh, I knew that.
But
Love you, Chris.
Everybody hates Chris. That was a good show. Actually.
It was.
It was a great show.
So piano.
Yep.
It's now in the new place. So how many years have you been playing since that was the first one you figuratively picked up, and then literally later?
Shut up, Kyle.
Well, I never really got fantastic. I guess I'm decent enough. If you see some of my videos, then you might be a judge of that. But I've everything I know I've done self-taught. I haven't really done too many lessons. I took a few lessons on guitar, but they were only like a week or two at a time. So, but with piano, I want to say I probably started about 9 or 10. So, and I'm 28 now, so close
I'm
to
not doing math.
close to 20 years.
Okay. Thank you. We don't do math on
And
this show.
yeah, I mean that was basically like I was sitting. I was forced to go to church as a kid, and we sat right in front of the piano, and I just was hooked on it. So
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, honestly, I think that's where I got started with music as well, was choirs at church and stuff like that. So, okay, the piano was first. Which came next? Piano or
guitar.
the egg? Okay.
of course,
guitar.
if you're counting vocals as an instrument, that was technically my first. 'Cause,
Well, I
like,
was going to
voice
say
is
that
always-
was going to be on there too.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean voice was my biggest, but as far as like physical instruments, I'd say guitar was next, and then bass, and then I picked up. Well, technically not really bass. Drums was after that because I started doing school band, and
So you went drums in school band.
yeah, I was in drumline too.
Sweet.
And then I did bass, and then eventually I picked up ukulele and mandolin and things like that too, harmonica, ocarina. I like
All right, Link.
freaking Legend of Zelda.
That's right.
So, yeah, I mean it's been a fun. I play a kalimba too. It's a little fun little African piano, like thumb piano. Pretty cool thing.
So as you keep naming, we're up to what, 9 instruments at this
Something
point,
like that, yeah.
including the ocarina.
I wouldn't say I play them. I wouldn't say that I am a instrumentalist though, because I'm more of just like a singer songwriter. So like you're not gonna catch me learning a crap load of songs that other people have written or anything like that. I'm just not that good at them. But I can fiddle around with them and write my own things.
Gotcha.
So.
Okay. So I mean, you can get by if you wanted to throw a harmonica sample.
And I
in
mean,
there, you could.
with guitar's probably my most fluent one as far as like trying to learn songs and writing on them. And piano is a close second.
Okay. So with somewhere around 9 to 10 instruments that you can at least mess around with, and so
It's still counting. I want to learn saxophone and trumpet and
Well, so
violin
Joe
and
says you
cello.
look like a
there's some people asking if you can play certain instruments. Keith asks, "Can you play the flute?"
He's referring to the skin flute.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say he's
And
gonna
the answer
drop
is
it.
no, but flute is actually an actual flute, not the skin flute. It's actually on my list of.
And
ones I
then
wanna learn.
Joe asks, "How about clarinet? You look like a clarinet player, sir."
I am not, and it's actually not on my list either. I don't really
Oh,
care too much about
okay.
clarinet.
All right, another good
Not
question.
to knock on the instrument, just not.
Where is Frankie?
Where is Frankie?
Oh,
I guess she's at home, probably stoned. I don't know.
Keith says, "Can you play guitar?"
Not as well as you, Keith.
And can you confirm or deny Justin slept with the lights on until he was 14 years old?
No.
He's like, no, it was 11.
It was
more like-
actually 15.
It was actually 16. No. Keith eat shit.
Little jab there. Oh, so all right. So back to the singing. You said that was pretty much like your first. If we called it an instrument, it would be your first.
Oh yeah, singing is my pride and joy. Singing is like freedom to me. It is my very essence. Even if I never became a musician and started trying to do it creatively or doing covers or anything like that, like I would still be singing every single day to myself in my car or around the house in the kitchen or just hanging out. I'm just always singing, and singing's just like I said, freedom. Like one of my biggest catchphrases is "Find your voice; it will set you free." And
I like that. Like that's tattoo worthy.
and it's not just with the singing; it's with talking. It's not just with talking; it can be writing. Just anywhere, find the voice that you have, the talent or whatever you can use to tell your story or your side of things, and you'll be free. Because at that point you're the author. Nobody else can write the story for you if you can learn how to write your own story.
I completely agree. Completely agree. You find out what you're good at, man. You can go a long way with it.
Absolutely. And that's one thing that I try to coach to, some of the up and coming artists that I've came in contact with that, I've had people ask me advice, people way more talented than I am, by the way, ask me for advice and stuff. And just because I've done it a lot longer. And that's just one of the things I say, find your voice and it'll set you free.
Gotcha. I love it. So, I know you sing a lot. You're actually like probably one of the most confident vocalists I know or have seen.
So confident that whenever I screw up, I'm still confident about the screw up.
Well, I'm
Sometimes I get too adventurous.
and stuff happens. Well, I'm glad we're gonna get to see an example of that here in a little bit. But I want to I just want to ask, like, you've got your own podcast with Keith Hafner and Chris Dunlap. That's the Pop Punk Pizza Party podcast.
Yep, and we got Todd Duckett also.
That's right. Todd Duckett's back.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing this? What episode are you guys on?
We are
Where did
on
it start?
episode 30. We just recorded episode 31 last week.
Hell yeah.
And we missed 1 week, so we've been at it for about 32 weeks.
Okay. And like, what was the idea that this came out of?
So basically, it kind of started. I'd been away from music for a while, and I was looking for another outlet, and I was going through a divorce and stuff, so I had a lot more free time on my own when I didn't have my kids and stuff. And I was still planning on getting into music at some point, but I needed to take a step back because it was kind of being very mentally draining on me at the time. And I was listening to it. See, I almost turned my back on music altogether, not just playing it, but listening to it and just everything. Like, I love music, don't get me wrong. It's the biggest part of my life. But I was going through a really tough time, and music had always been there for me, and it felt like music hadn't been there for me for a while. And so I almost thought about hanging up the old hat, and I wasn't listening to music much anymore, so I turned to radio and podcasting and stuff whenever I was working, and I fell in love with that too. And actually, podcasting brought me back into the love of music again. So it was kind of like the therapy that I needed. So I ended up playing a show here as a fill-in, and Chad, he's been a family friend. Chad Winch, he's been a family friend of mine for a long time because we both have family members, but we're not. It's weird. We're distant family, but either way, like Chad.
That's how Missouri works.
Yeah, Chad saw my video playing at the Underground, and he'd been doing the Barn Media Group, which is a podcast network, and among other things. And
yeah, a lot of good things going on at the barn.
so he actually wanted to record me like playing some music at the barn. And I told him, I was like, well, I'm not really doing much music right now. I was just kind of filling in to fill in, honestly, for that show. But I told him I was interested in podcasting. And so we sat down and I did some stuff with the Midwest Mixtape podcast. And at that very same time, I started working with Tony Willingham from Beyond FM. And so I was on their radio show and the Midwest Mixtape both together for a while. And that entire time I was thinking, I want to start my own thing. But I was kind of just gaining experience by just doing it. And so I was looking for people I wanted to do it with. And one of the people that I was interviewing for Notes for Hope was Keith, of course. And me and Keith have known each other for 15 plus years. And me and Todd were kind of trying to write music again at the same time. And so I wanted to do something with that. And then I had just recently been friends with Chris. And I came to Keith with the idea. I was like, what are we going to do? Because he was down for it, but we didn't know what we wanted to do. And I was thinking of things that we had in common, and we were just kind of bouncing ideas back and forth. And I was like, what about the Pop Punk Pizza Party podcast? And he's like, that is awesome. And, well, he probably said something different, and he's probably going to deny this anyway in the conversation. But
We're waiting. We're waiting.
So that ended up being the idea. And so we were one of the ideas being a pizza party. We were like, we need to have the best pizza guy around bringing us pizza.
That's right.
And we need to promote him. So me, Todd, and Keith basically had the idea of doing it. We started the first episode with Chris as basically just our first sponsor delivering pizza, and we decided to have him as a guest because we didn't have a guest for our first episode, right? And then he came back for the second time. He couldn't show up, but the third time he came back and he could show up, he just couldn't stick around. The third time he ended up just staying. We just kept him on as the show. We decided that we all meshed well together. So
hell yeah, definitely.
that's basically how it happened. That's the long story. I'm a storyteller, so.
And the pizza, the company is what?
Oh, yeah. So me and Keith later on decided we wanted to have a company to umbrella the Pop Punk Pizza.
I was
Party
talking about
podcast.
you can go into that in a second. I was just talking about the pizza company, aka Fired.
Oh, I mentioned Fired, didn't I?
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, you mentioned Chris a couple of times, and you
thought I
never
did.
mentioned Fired.
Oh, okay. So our main sponsor is Fired, which is Chris from the shows, Mobile Pizzeria, and him and his wife Amber, and they make some fantastic sandwiches and pizza and the best pizza and sandwiches around, in my opinion. And they do cannolis and stuff too, and you should go check them out.
I agree.
Yeah,
Definitely agree. But yeah, there was no way I was going to talk about the podcast and not bring up Fired.
oh, absolutely. It's my favorite place. I went and ate there yesterday. Yeah. Got it right after work.
Yeah, I had the ice steak sandwich yesterday.
Oh, I had the
I
nacho,
had that
I had
weeks ago.
I had the Nacho Libre,
Yeah.
but I got cream cheese on it added to
Huh.
it, and it brought it to the next level. So I've been doing this thing with him is I've had a lot of his specials already, and
Right.
so most of the pizzas I've been trying to get that don't have cream cheese on them, I try to get cream cheese on them, and so far it's been 10 out of 10 every time.
I mean, cream cheese does make pizza better, in my opinion. So
Absolutely. He was
Yeah,
definitely on the
I
same with
never
that.
thought about it until getting pizza from him.
Yeah.
I never did either.
it's
This
genius.
segment has been sponsored by Fired Pizza.
Well, see, like me and Chris, like the whole reason we're even friends was because I was a customer. And the funny thing was whenever I first tried his food, the special that I saw was the Everything Roni, and it's got the pepperonis, or I don't remember the type of cheese. If Chris was here, he'd give you the science, but
Yeah.
it has the pepperonis, the cream cheese, and the everything bagel seasoning. And whenever I first saw it, I was like, that sounds gross. But I ended up trying it anyway.
And everything bagel stuff, dude. It is ridiculous how it goes literally on everything.
And well, it was the best pizza I ever had. So I went back more, and you know me, I'm a talker, and you know Chris. Chris is a talker. We just talked, and we both have a big love for food, outside of pizza too. So we just had a lot to talk about, and we ended up being good buddies. And he made a pizza for me, and
yeah. I actually, when I found out he was running that truck, I was working up in St. Louis for that company, and when my guys were down here, I'd come back down here because I get to go home a little earlier then, and they were working down here, so we'd go and find his truck if it was anywhere close to where we were working, so they could try it because it was just that good. And yeah, that's what got me back into talking to Chris. It was years it had been years before I talked to him, ever since I talked to him.
right.
We were car guys when we were younger, and I don't know. But Chris is good people. There you go,
Absolutely.
Chris. There's an entire segment on my show for you, right there.
My best buddy.
So yeah, we've definitely covered the pizza podcast for you. So you do a lot of car karaoke,
I do.
and I enjoy watching them. I watch as many of them as I see, because like I was talking about you being as confident as you are, like putting yourself out there. I enjoy singing, but even on stuff I think I'm good at, like I don't want to record it. I don't want to put it out there.
Right.
And you just go a cappella all the time and do your stuff.
See, at first it wasn't by design. Doing the car karaoke and stuff, it was just mainly like I didn't have a place to do videos, and I don't really. I mean, I have more knowledge now that I've done podcasting, but I still don't really have all that much knowledge or equipment that some of these, famous TikTokers that you see that do the singing and stuff, they've got this fancy editing and studio and things like that, and really crisp themselves up, and I love that, and I would love to do that too, but I don't have the means or the knowledge to do so. So I just kind of did my own thing. I was like, I want to do something a little bit different anyway, which I know car karaoke, I'm not the first one to do it, but
Right.
I did it a cappella, and I just decided that's what I'm going to start doing is a cappella, because at first I didn't even know how to even play music over while I'm recording, because if you go on TikTok and you try to play like Spotify or whatever, and then you go to TikTok, it stops the music. So
Yeah.
I was like, I had no idea the logistics of that, so I just went for the acoustic or
So-
the a cappella, and yeah, so
Second camera or second phone. It's an easy way to do it.
yeah, and
I mean,
I've been
saying a second phone is easy, but
I've done it a little bit more. I mean, there's like a video or two up there where I've sang with music, but for the most part, I think I just kind of found one niche. I do more than just the one thing, so I can't say that's the only thing I do, but it's just kind of the niche. I just do more a cappella things, and I mostly do it in the car. So
okay. Yeah, you would be. We should talk because you'd be surprised at how easy you can make that transition. Like just get a GoPro that he's got or something, put it in there, and you don't need anything special. But yeah, we can definitely talk about that.
Yeah.
So with all the car karaoke you do, and stuff like that, is there a favorite cover that you've done, whether it be a cappella or with guitar or on any other instrument?
favorite cover. I want to say probably one of my more recent ones. I don't even know the name of the artist. I just knew it was really popular and I loved it. It was shit. You know what? I'll just go with. I'll just say the safe answer because I butcher the name of that every single time. But Arcade. I spend all of the love I saved. Wait, shit. Here, see, I'm sitting here trying to think about it now.
This is supposed to be your favorite.
All I know, loving you is a losing game. You don't know that one?
No, I don't.
No.
You gotta listen to it. It's nice.
I will
I
have
forgot his name too.
I mean, it does sound nice.
See, a lot of those, a lot of those are ones that I kind of they're like popular TikTok ones. So I was
Okay.
like, I'm just gonna learn, the thing that's popular
It
and
makes
just
sense
do
when
my
you're
own little
promoting
version of it.
content. That's what you do, and there's free
Right.
information for you guys. Do
I-
the popular thing.
I definitely want to do more original things. I mean, original songs, and then also with covers, I want to be more original. And I usually try to, even whenever I do those, I kind of add my own little style, either with vocal runs or changing the tone up a little bit or something on it.
Okay.
So
Growing up, what would you say was your biggest musical influence?
biggest musical influence. So I've had a ton. At one point in time, it was Avenged Sevenfold. For the longest point in time, was probably Panic at the Disco. Brandon Urie and his voice
Yup.
it just blows me away every time. And he was big into like some of his influences were like Queen. So that's another band that I love that most people love. So
Freddie Mercury was
Yeah.
just
absolutely.
I
like
don't
Frank
have the words,
Sinatra.
man. Yeah, he's just
That was
so
one of his
good.
big influences was Frank Sinatra. I absolutely love Frank Sinatra. In fact, like my oldest son, when he was born, when he was born, like pretty much like how I would get him to sleep is because he was a very tough baby to get to sleep at the beginning. And I'd play Frank Sinatra, like an entire playlist over and over again every night. And it was just
Really?
cool. We just sat there and laid on the couch and we'd both pass out together listening to Frank Sinatra.
All right. So with oh man, you got the Queen influence, the Panic at the Disco influence. Brandon, like you said, Brandon Urie is just so phenomenal.
Oh, absolutely.
He's been on a guest on a whole bunch of different tracks and stuff.
Yeah, and then like Patrick Stump is another one because Fall
Yeah.
Out Boy is my favorite band. So, you know.
No, he's a phenomenal singer as well.
Absolutely.
Great range.
See, I think my favorite influences are like the big vocalists that are just like insane powerhouses or have soul voices and things like that.
Singers that if you took them out of the band's just not the same anymore.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that kind of reflects my style a little bit more. Is like that's why I'm a loud person, so I feel like it fits me, and then I just have to learn how to do the vocal techniques that they do, right? But in my own way. So that's kind of my research has created what I do now. Is I've just practiced a bunch of vocal runs and different ways I can trick my voice into doing things that I shouldn't do.
Yeah, no, your range, what you've got, is actually pretty incredible. I used to have a falsetto at some point, and it's completely gone now. So
See-
I like completely envy the range you have as a singer.
I appreciate that, but actually, technically, my range really isn't that big. But like I said, you trick your voice. I learned certain things from like watching Brandon Urie and watching him explain things and watching other singers where there's this thing I think Brandon Urie did mention at one point. It's called like a party trick, where you can kind of trick your voice into going up into a higher range. And I think because I do voices and stuff, that was kind of natural for me because I can get my voice really high for absolutely no damn reason. So like on the Death of the Bachelor album, like oh yeah, like I can't actually hit that note, but I can take the power and I can put the extraness of my voice. You know how loud it is. I can take that and move the wind that should be coming out of my mouth to a different point in my vocal cords. It's hard to explain scientifically.
It does sound like it's very difficult to explain. I get what you're trying to say. Like
Yeah.
you're moving air to different locations.
And it's kind of it has like a healing effect. So like my range isn't actually like that, but like I can manipulate the way the wind travels through.
But then that in turn increases your range, right?
I guess, but naturally,
Projected.
if you talk to a vocal coach, they're going to tell you it's no.
Well, I'm definitely not that. No, not even close.
I couldn't be either, honestly.
I don't think I can tell people they suck. Like, I don't know. I don't think I could teach them.
You need to just hang out with Keith or Todd, especially Keith. He'll tell you how much I suck all the time.
That is true. That is true.
Oh, and Keith would also hate hearing me say Keith's my best buddy.
He's my best buddy too.
He's a good bud.
He's a good bud.
He's all right.
Yeah, right.
He's also a dick, but still love him anyway. Fuck you, Keith.
It's when your friends stop giving you shit. That's when you're kind of worried, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I have a friend that doesn't give me or another friend or somebody. It's part of being a dude, right?
Well, see, that's kind of how it works on the show too, because like we banter back and forth and crap, and of course it's always the shit on Justin show, so everybody's always giving me shit, which is no big deal. I don't take it to heart, but it adds to the entertainment of things too, because people are like, damn, you know.
I was giving Kyle shit before we started because Justin was almost late, just like every guest.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you telling people to get here at 4:30, or are you telling people we start at 4:30?
No, I just had to redo an interview.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's Arcade by Duncan Lawrence. Thank you.
That was
Amber.
it. Thank you.
Yeah, she said she loved the song.
Let's acknowledge some other comments. Keith goes, have you heard Daymares?
We talked about it earlier,
did.
Keith.
Keith also asks, the fedora ?
I haven't wore that thing since last summer, you asshole.
So you hung it up then.
I did.
You hung up that hat.
Yeah.
No, you weren't late, Keith. I apologize.
Brendan was late.
Yeah,
Keith
Brendan
was here
was late.
on time and ready. Like, more than 15 minutes early.
Yeah.
Try and be like Keith, y'all. Be like Keith.
Do not be like Keith. Absolutely nobody in the existence of this world should be like Keith.
Damn. I know, I kind of like him.
Chris,
No, I like Keith too, but don't be like him.
Keith
We
says
all need one.
Chris wears flannels with shorts. Is that true? Does Chris wear flannels with shorts?
He has before.
Dude,
Okay.
you
He
wear
did
flannels with
He
shorts.
did today whenever I saw him.
Really?
No, what is your stance on jorts?
Jorts?
Yeah.
It's like the
You
worst
do you,
thing
boo-boo.
ever.
I won't wear them, but you do you,
I'm gonna
boo-boo.
have to grab me some and a new pair of white New Balance. Dad it up.
Are you trying to tell
See-
us something?
That I'm giving up.
See, that's like the biggest thing with me is like I don't give a fuck what you do. I don't really give a fuck what I do either. Like fuck what everybody else says. I just said fuck like 5 times. I'm totally getting you guys canceled.
That is by far the longest streak of that word that has been used on this show.
What's the big deal? Didn't hurt anybody. Fuck, fuckity, fuck, fuck, fuck.
You now
Well,
have
this
the
has been
record.
episode 5 of.
Appreciate you all.
It's my favorite word.
All right, so what were we talking about? It was Brandon Urie's voice. Okay, so that was your biggest inspiration growing up was around
Yeah, and
Brandon
then
Urie.
early on it was
Queen,
Avenged Sevenfold because I
Avenged
was
Sevenfold.
into heavier music and before I discovered like pop punk and
Okay.
the lighter shit that I love more now. But I still love like I love metal and people are gonna be like Avenged Sevenfold isn't metal. I listened to shit like fucking Primus and System of a Down and Slipknot and all that crap too. I love that, but Avenged was like
Something
my main
about
band.
ketchup. I love that song. I don't know what the hell the words are, but I love that song.
Avenged was just like my biggest influence at the time though, and then
I've never been a big fan of them, to be honest, but that new album is, like, really cool, in my opinion.
it's
I know
really
that's
cool.
not a popular opinion, but I enjoyed it.
The album that hooked me on them was their Whiteout album. their
Oh, for
self-titled.
sure. Their older stuff is way more, like,
Yeah.
metal, but, like,
yeah.
their new one,
Well, that one was kind of at the time was their least metal.
yeah.
And it was just like a completely different thing. It was almost like the Hybrid Theory effect, right? Like
Right.
when Hybrid Theory was released, everyone was blown away because it was like the turn of the century for like a new sound.
For sure.
And that's why Hybrid Theory is such a big album from Linkin Park. I didn't mention the band name. I figured I did. Or I would have to.
Most people would know.
Yeah.
but yeah.
But
Some
just
don't.
in case.
But but like now, if you listen to it after you hear a bunch of other bands, like it would still be good, but it wouldn't be like, wow, this is
Mind-blowing.
something new
Yeah.
because it's so many bands have saturated and adapted that style to their own stuff now. But
Yeah. Although you're seeing a bit of a resurgence in that, like Hybrid Theory, Linkin Park style. You know,
absolutely
like
love
a lot of bands are doing that kind of thing now, which I think is cool.
there's one band that I discovered on TikTok that has like a new age style, but has a lot of like the Linkin Park elements to it, and I love it. They're called Never Tell.
Okay.
They're great.
I have to look them up.
Absolutely.
So, do you have any different influences on your sound in like more recent months or years that you're just like, man, I love the way that sounds, and I want to put my own spin on it?
Not really, just because like I've been kind of slow on the writing process lately. But like as far as like influences in general, like I'm everywhere. You know, I love hip hop, especially the old school stuff, but I like some of the new school stuff. I like I said, I love metal, and I obviously love pop punk and singer songwriter stuff. I like pop music. Keith and the guys give me shit all the time for my mainstream love. So,
But yeah, Keith
Sure you
just
guys
did a album ranking of all of Taylor Swift's albums.
yeah. Hypocrite. But yeah, so
Amber
says everywhere.
says Never Tell is great.
Right? Love Never Tell.
You got all the support you need right there. She's got your back.
You're the best, Amber.
So speaking of hip hop, are you paying attention to the diss tracks that are going on between Drake and Kendrick?
So I've been trying to stay away from that.
Yeah, you just don't want to
because-
formulate an opinion on it.
Yeah, I don't want to because, you know, like the last diss I was following was the MGK and Eminem one, and obviously I was team Eminem, but like at the same time after that, like MGK, I am not a big fan of him, but like he released the pop punk stuff, and the pop punk world absolutely hates him for it and hates on him, but I actually really enjoyed those two
love
albums.
it.
Well,
Oh yeah.
You know, I was like, you know, if it pushed him into that, like, I'm cool with that. But like, my main thing is like at the time when those two were going at it, it felt like one, a distraction from the real issues that were going on in the world, and two, it just felt pointless. Like, what's the point? And it divided a lot of people. And
Yeah.
it's
I mean,
just like
that's not exactly a really far out opinion on it either.
It's a very valid one,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah,
it could be said about the new one too.
Yeah.
it just feels like it's a big way to divide people, and I just don't like supporting division in the masses.
So you don't like sports.
No, I like sports. Not as much as a lot of other things. I wish I had more time to watch more sports and keep up on this stuff.
Yeah.
I just don't really have much time to put into it.
Well, I
otherwise.
freed up a whole lot of time by not watching the Cardinals this season.
True.
Didn't they call you trying to like get you to buy tickets or something?
They did. Their office called me. I'm like, there's no way this is real, right? It says STL Cardinals on it. And I answered it, and she's like, oh, hi, this is so-and-so with the Cardinals office. We saw that you were with us last year. And I was like, with us how? Like, what do you mean I was with you last year? Oh, well, you bought tickets to a game. Yeah, I did. She goes, well, we just want to make sure you still know where you can get your tickets. I'm like, I know everywhere I can get tickets. Thank you. Like, it was just a weird conversation.
Yeah.
And then I posted about it, of course. And
A bunch of people were saying the same thing, basically.
Yeah,
That they
yeah.
were getting phone calls about it, and yeah. But it's like, why would you, like, waste your time with that right
I
now?
mean,
it's not a good look.
Yeah.
I will always support the Cardinals, but they obviously haven't had good seasons, and since I was a teenager.
They got two MVP caliber players on their team right now
Yeah.
and can't get a winning record.
Mhm.
And one of them was the MVP just a couple years ago.
But like
it's
my two favorite sports are soccer and hockey. So
Hockey's cool.
hockey's awesome.
I absolutely love the Blues, and I love that we have a St. Louis team for soccer too.
Yep.
I grew
St.
up
Louis
playing
SC or FC.
I played soccer for like 12 years growing up, so I absolutely loved it. I was like the big fat kid that like no one wanted to steal the ball from me because I would trample them. So it was great.
I didn't really play a whole lot of soccer. I got into it watching Worlds, and Germany won. Like that was good enough for me. I like soccer after seeing that stuff. But there's just so much soccer all year long I can't keep up with it. I don't know what's going on. If I flip through and I'm like, cool, I'll watch it, then I'll watch it and I'll be entertained, but I'm not going out there trying to watch soccer.
And I'm always gonna be KC all the way.
Oh,
Absolutely love the Chiefs.
I love watching greatness. Okay?
KC Mo,
Take 9.
give me the Red Kingdom. Yep.
Yeah, like for real. Like I would just love greatness. I don't care what sport it is or what it is in general. Like greatness is greatness. Like I will sit and I will watch not Lord of the Rings. I will watch.
You
that.
will watch that.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Best story ever told. But I'll sit and I'll watch League of Legends Worlds, beginning to end, every match because it's a bunch of like 18 to 25-year-old kids that play this game at the highest possible level, and it's like a completely different game than when they're playing it versus when you're playing it.
You see,
Greatness is greatness. I love watching it.
Exactly. I see that because that's the thing. Like, I try to do my own thing creatively and everything, but I think one thing that I enjoy more than anything is watching other people do great things, and I've spent a lot of time trying to coach people into doing things for them because I've seen so many people with like talents that they just kind of backed away, and I'm like, you're wasting your talent. Like, why aren't you doing more? Like, why aren't you pursuing this? Which, to each their own. Some people that's not what they want.
Right.
They just happen to be good at it, which I'm gonna say, screw you. I want that talent, but but yeah, I mean, I love seeing people reach within themselves and reach a new height. It's cool to see.
I'd have to agree. That's pretty cool. So we're coming up close to the hour mark.
I could do this all day, bro.
I know. That's why we're glad to have you. You got a thing or two prepared for us at the end of this?
Yeah, I've got like 2 songs.
Perfect. Well, I guess I'm going to thank our sponsors, and we're going to turn it over to you then. How about that?
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, this has been episode 5. I'll say it again here after he's done with Justin Williams, Justin Michael Williams. You can find him on Facebook. You can find him on TikTok. No problem there either. Thank you to the Park Hills Underground, KL Media Entertainment, Smoke Till Valhalla, and Shelter Insurance, the Craig Wood Agency. We literally couldn't do it without y'all, and we appreciate each and every one of you for being a part of our show. Justin, take it away, buddy.
All right, let's see if I screw this up. Listen to that ring. You see that? It's so crisp.
Very
so
nice.
pretty.
Very nice.
Anyway, I'm not even playing those chords. Been thinking about you, been thinking about me, and everything we can possibly be. We can dance real slow, I can take the lead, and show you what I've got, what you mean to me. I loved you for a long time now, you're with me, but I don't know how. You make things right when they're loud. My heart is beating through my chest. Your love is all that I needed. With you in my life, it's completed. So take me on this journey home, so I never have to feel alone. 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 You land right here, right next to me. You're in my arms, falling asleep. We can dream of our lives and all that will be forever and always. Live with happily. I loved you for a long time now. You're with me, but I don't know how. You make things right when they're loud. My heart is beating through my chest. Love is all that I needed. With you in my life, it's completed. So take me on this journey home, so I never have to feel alone. alone, alone, alone. Your unconditional love was always on my mind. The stars up above, for you they'll shine. Forever isn't long enough. Forever isn't long enough. No, forever isn't long enough. Forever isn't long enough. Time to spend with you. There's no time to spend with you. I loved you for a long time now. You're with me, but I don't know how. You make things right when they are loud. My heart is beating through my chest. Your love is all that I needed. With you in my life, it's completed. So take me on this journey home, so I never have to feel alone, 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 alone. So I never have to feel, so I never have to feel alone.
Hell yeah, buddy. Hell yeah.
Thanks, buddy. So this next one, I am going to look at the verses.
That's fine.
Because it's a newer song, and I haven't quite got it down yet fully. But I think it's probably one of the best songs I've ever written.
Really?
Lyrically. So I just wanted to highlight that one.
And what is that song?
The one I just played or the one I'm playing?
The one you're going to. Well, the one you just played, what was it called? And what is the one you're getting ready?
That one was Your Love Is.
Your Love Is.
I actually wrote that one in like high school. So
Okay. Very good. I loved it.
Thank you. That's probably one of the other best songs I've ever written. I don't know. I enjoyed it. So
And this one's called?
doesn't have quite a name yet. I don't know. Maybe the comments can name it for me.
Oh, God. It's going to be like Brody Songerson or something.
Anybody but Keith can. name it.
Anybody but Keith can submit names. I mean, Keith, you can comment all you want. We're just not.
We just won't take it into consideration.
Yeah, exactly. Are you ready?
Not sure. Yeah.
All right.
Heartaches fade, but memories stay. Just keep the faith and shine another day. Tears fall down, but the sun will rise. Pick myself up and soar to new heights. Hold on tight, but never let go. Just reach for the stars and rock the show. The night is young and so are we. So if you wanna dance, come with me. We can do it right. We can turn out the lights. I can make love tonight. I can hold you so tight. Is there something you wanna say? I'm lost in a dream so far away. And I'm on top of the world, and the world is my stage. You are in the crowd. Look who's laughing now. Heartaches fade, but memories stay. Just keep the faith and shine another day. Tears fall down, but the sun will rise. Pick myself up and soar to new heights. Hold on tight, but never let go. Just reach for the stars and rock the show. The night is young and so are we. So if you wanna dance, come with me. We can take a chance tonight. The first time in our lives. We can stand up and fight. We'll lose our fucking minds. We'll lose our fucking minds. We'll scream until we bleed. Forget all suffering. A new day is coming. I'm tired of the running. Heartaches fade, but memories stay. Just keep the faith and shine another day. Tears fall down, but the sun will rise. Pick myself up and soar to new heights. Hold on tight, but never let go. Just reach for the stars and rock the show. The night is young and so are we. So if you wanna dance, come with me.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Had a couple moments there, but the song
Very
is
new.
good.
Very new.
It's very new.
Very new. I played it at the last show, but I didn't even have anything written on the verses. I kind of did it just I don't know, just because I wanted
To
to.
fill time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. Pretty much. So I ad-libbed the verses at the last show, and I butchered it then too. But
You just had it felt like you said he was new. It's like something that you just haven't quite committed to memory yet. So it is tough stuff's gonna happen. You got
that's like 90% of the things that I do. It's just committing it to memory.
So, well, man, I appreciate the songs that you played. I appreciate you being here today. We've had
Absolutely.
a great
It
time.
was a blast.
We'll have to make sure we get the entire podcast on here at some point for you.
Sure.
Again, thank you to our sponsors, Park Hills Underground, KL Media and Entertainment, Smoke Till Valhalla, and Shelter Insurance, the Craig Wood Agency. Alan, thank you. Everybody, appreciate you. And
Thanks for having me.
yeah, and the next show is the 25th of this month. That'll be actually my birthday. Gabe Corcoran is scheduled for his first appearance.
Nice.
And then Michael Watson is going to come back and play for me. Yeah, I'm pretty
Mike's
excited.
my bestie.
Alan's going to ask me some questions, and
Yeah.
we'll probably
And
dive into a few different things.
And Justin, you're gonna come back and hang out, right?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I don't know. We talked about it the other night.
You mean on the 25th?
Yeah.
I actually will be out of town on the 25th.
Oh, okay.
Womp
Yeah,
womp.
I'm going to be up in the city.
Damn.
Gotcha.
Okay. Well, then Justin will not be back on the 25th.
But no, again, thank you for coming out, bud. And
Absolutely.
we'll definitely get back in touch with you soon for sure.
For show.
All right,
Thanks for
y'all.
having me.
Thank you. See you later, Facebook.